very habitable man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Keep the faith.
This is going to be a disaster.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
Ukraine says Russia fired dozens of drones even after President Putin agreed to a partial ceasefire in a phone call with President Trump. Among the targets, a hospital near the city of Sumy, according to Ukrainian officials, and a railway power station, according to the company. Ukraine's President Zelensky, who already accepted a U.S. proposal for a total ceasefire if Putin does the same, said this morning Putin's words are at odds with reality and that Russia is not ready to end the war. Ukraine launched dozens of its own drones at Russia, hitting an energy site, according to officials there. President Putin agreed to suspend attacks on Ukraine's energy and infrastructure for 30 days, according to a readout from the White House, and enter negotiations soon in the Middle East for a full ceasefire and permanent peace. President Trump described his nearly 2-hour call with Putin as positive.
And Putin actually said to me, if you're my friend, I'd hate to see you as my enemy. He said that very strongly. But with all of that, I had a very good relationship with Putin.
Outside of Kharkiv, near the front lines in eastern Ukraine, these volunteers are following Russian troops with drones, operating out of a mobile command center they built themselves. Ivan Kravchenko has no faith Putin will honor any agreement with Ukraine. Russia wants to play its game, and they are interested in the truce only in order to increase their military power, he said. In a nearby safe house, the unit commander showed me an operation as it unfolded, a Russian mortar position being attacked by Ukrainian bombs.
Do you think that Putin is playing President Trump?
Yeah, sure. Putin is trying to deceive everybody because he thinks he's a master of spy games and deceivement. Nobody can trust him.
Except our president does. Nobody can trust Putin. Nobody except Donald Trump. The Donald. He trusts Putin. I gotta. This is unbelievable. So yesterday there was the big phone call, the perfect phone call. The phone call where they were so chummy that apparently they talked ice hockey. Ice hockey. That's what they were talking about on that freaking phone call. And Putin's like, no, don't worry. I won't bomb any more, of the energy sites. I won't hit any of the power stations. Okay, I won't hit Zaporizhia because you know what? I want it, and I shouldn't damage it any more than I already have. And then he hangs up the phone, probably has himself a good little giggle, and goes and attacks Ukraine's power stations. Is that disrespectful to our president, MAGA? Do you still love Vladimir Putin? Because he just disrespected your, beloved leader. He just disrespected your ugly, orange, incoherent, sociopathic president. Oh, I'm sorry. Your leader. I think that's worthy of you being against Russia now and for Ukraine. I would just say that's a little tidbit for MAGA to hold on to and to love. This is unbelievable, and I have to tell you, one of the sickest stories I read today. This is horrendous. I don't even know why. Okay, I can't understand why the people who do the really big damage to children we're talking here, in this world, are so welcomed and so beloved by the ugly, orange, sociopathic, psychopathic, incoherent, the President of the United States. Why is he so in league with people who do horrendous things to children and women, but children here, okay? The Trump administration This is incredible. And this is in Jeff Bezos' newspaper, okay? It's in the Washington Post. And remember, they took a vow they would not disparage, they would not. Well, that was on the opinion page. So this must be the actual fact pages. Yes, these are the actual news reporting pages. This is in the national security section of the Washington Post, where democracy dies in darkness. Okay. So after Vladimir Putin got off the phone with Donald Trump, not only did he go and, attack Ukraine's power stations, after he just told your president that he would not do that he would abide, that he would agree, because he was ready for peace. And Donald Trump says, I know him. And you know what? He's been ready for peace the whole time. He wants peace. I know him.
I believe he wants peace. I believe that President Putin, when I spoke to him yesterday, I know him very well. Yeah, I think he wants peace. I think he would tell me if he didn't. I'd like to see peace.
Do you trust President Putin?
I believe that, I believe that he would like to see something happen. I trust him on this subject. I think he'd like to see something happen. I think it could have happened a long time ago. I think Biden, number one, it shouldn't have started, but it did. And now all those cities are knocked down like demolition sites. All those beautiful golden towers are knocked down. There's nothing going to replace them. But much more importantly, you lost millions of people. A lot of soldiers, but you lost millions of people. When they knocked down those cities, and they're all laying down on the side, they're laying down just in ashes and all crumbled up concrete. They literally look like a world-class demolition site. And many of them, almost all of them, but many of them, and this should have been done by Biden years ago. This should have never been allowed to happen.
You were president for most of it, I gotta say. All right, so anyway, he trusts Putin, right? He knows Putin, and if Putin's ready for peace, and if Putin wasn't ready for peace, he believes that his good friend, his good buddy, who he trusts for, in this on this topic, he trusts him. He believes that he would tell Donald Trump if he wasn't ready for peace. Then they have their big phone call yesterday, where Putin actually commits to a 30-day ceasefire on hitting Ukrainian energy, on hitting Ukrainian power stations, hangs up the phone, and then bombs Ukrainian power stations. Because we have an idiot for a president who trusts him to not do that, and he's embarrassing us and him on the world stage because he can. But here's the most disgusting story, okay? The Trump administration, after this phone call, terminated, and this is what they talked about. This is, okay? Right after that, the Trump administration terminated a U.S.-funded initiative, I'm reading, that documents alleged Russian war crimes. Oh, yeah. It includes a sensitive database. Hello? It's all in databases. A sensitive database detailing the mass deportation of Ukrainian children to Russia, according to U.S. officials familiar with the directive and documents obtained by the Washington Post. The move bars the transmission of evidence to prosecutors pursuing multiple criminal cases, including the International Criminal Court's landmark indictment of Russian President Vladimir Putin for what it has called the, quote, unlawful transfer of children from occupied areas of Ukraine, U.S. officials say. This, by the way, if you weren't aware that it's going on, 35,000 Ukrainian children have disappeared. They've been taken by Russia into Russia, and they've been put up for adoption for Russian families to take them so that they will never know that they are Ukrainian. They will not speak Ukrainian. They will speak Russian, although similar. Putin is, very specific about what language these children should speak as they grow up. And Yale University had the contract, the federal contract, to do the investigation, to figure out where these children are and to get them back. Taxpayers here in the United States have provided Yale University's Humanitarian Research Lab with $26 million. They have done the work for 3 years, and now it's deleted. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.